many spiritual teachers, they put the onus on I am consciousness to establish a chila into that space of considering that meditation. The very nature of consciousness. And this is where, in the spiritual teachings, there's this preoccupation with the witness as distinct from the knower. These things are just organically arising in thought. For the body-mind sensibility, of course, there's a sense of the witness in the same way as the knower. But the knower is more obvious in that it's speculative or arbitrary. It moves on assumption. Like when you look before and a person comes towards you, someone you know really, really well, there's an assumption that you know something about that other person, their behavior. And to a certain degree, behaviors are predictable. It's an interesting thing for where the judgment happens in that level of where we encounter the other, and for how we apply a similar type of judgment over an apparent self. We make assumptions about those qualities, immersed in the feelings and the thought and the association that goes on in that miasma that we call thought. Oh, this is arbitrary. For where there's a functionality, for where there's love, all fine, all good. But all these things are arbitrary. They're not essential. That looks like conditioning rewrites itself in every circumstance. And it becomes aware of that conditioning, but not that it's necessary to change it. This is the idea of the witness looking at the knower, the witness looking at the knower / knowledge for what it knows. And there looks to be like a space between that, the witness and the knower. None of that. None of that. That's the natural state. Like this here, this. It can't be separated. It just has to recognize a distinction, because the energetic form goes out in all the places of apparent attention. And in the conditioning, that energy is channeled through the conditioning. You see, it channels it down, which is perfectly fine. No problem. Because it makes for a good utility. It makes for nice workability. It makes for nice cooperation. But it's not that. It's all of that. All at once. And the focal point it becomes a perspective for where the apparent witness looks into its knowing and creates perspective around its circumstance, its elevation, its lack of elevation, its powerful position in life, its success, its failing, all of that. That's an illusion. But for where there's adjustment in utility and it's obvious and it's in a moment, even the action is energetic, biochemical spontaneity. There's no doing it. It's showing up like a reflex, but like a long-winded reflex in apparent time. So, like what looks like, say a parent comes in and sort of says, I need you to help me to do this. And the body gets up. What looks to be words is also part of that biochemical energy. It's going, but the words mean something. But there's no doing in any of that. There's just a movement, an energetic movement. There's no self doing anything. There's no self. It's just happening. There looks to be a choice there for where one would cooperate or not. And in some places, perhaps it's appropriate not to cooperate, to choose to be different or to stay in meditation, or because you have something else you really need, whatever. But anyway, all of that, none of that, all this is just energetic. It's all just energetic now, not tomorrow, not to be seen any different, appearing to be located in a body in thought. But this that looks headed, body, arms, and action as a locality isn't important. And this, without this is nothing. It's all one and the same for exactly how it shows up to be. But I'm not suggesting that it's just material. That's just the language we have available for now for communicating. But none of that's important. Perfectly good when there's something to be done. But none of that's important. The energy comes and it goes. The energy seems to be able to be amplified in circumstance like chemistry. When someone asks for you to do something, or there's appears to be an inner request of words to supposedly act, that's just happening organically. One can choose it or not. Apparently, because there's not really any choice in it either. It's perfect as it is, as an arrangement. It's not about right or wrong. The right and wrong can show up in it, good and bad, evil, even. But in the vicinity of it, the action of it, we really
Sunyata.
Hello, Sandeep. Namaste.
Actually, I'm on Arunachala. Yesterday only I visited.
Mm-hmm.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you are.
I'm on Arunachala mountain.
You are now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, lovely.
Between the mountain.
Uh-huh. Show me where you are. Show me around. Show me.
One second. One second. In between Virupaksha and Skandashramam, there is like some place to sit in that jungle I
Good.
sat.
We'll sit here. We'll share some of the energy. That's good. There's, the natural quietude, the natural state doesn't require anything and it contemplate anything. It might arise. Revelations might appear. Clarities might come. But none of that is important. It's the natural state's here now. Mm-hmm. Take your bag off and relax. Are you scared the monkeys will take your bag?
No, no, actually, my I have only less battery and forgot to bring charger power bank. That's why I'm somewhat. Someone is coming to meet actually family members. They're like starting it. Okay.
You can ring me during the week, Sandeep, to talk about personal things, if you wish.
Yes, yes, definitely sure. How are you doing? What is the today's topic?
We don't need to tick boxes here. We're free of all that type of stuff. No box ticking. Not about this isn't about worthiness. It's about so the emphasis is put toward consciousness. Mm-hmm. Consciousness itself, not conscious of, aware of, just consciousness. Even that will go. But getting an understanding or just some remembrance about the nature of consciousness because it appears to show up as the faculty of perception, of sitting easy. all the perception, including mind, just relaxed. Thought is as much space as it is our points of interest. But a point of interest can occupy all of space. And none of that. No pinpointed mind. Just relaxing into the natural state. This as it is. we're conditioned to feed thought. To feed thought, we're conditioned to be like this, but the natural state is empty. This is emerging out of emptiness. Everything has emerged out of emptiness. Emptiness and clarity for what it appears to be as being human seems to be the easiest way to come to clarity and openness. It's just the natural state. The conditioned idea that there's a self that gets all these benefits and payoffs is threatened by emptiness. Action merely comes out of arising thoughts to respond to do so. It happens naturally. It all emerges out of the natural state. And there seems to be clarity for doing things nicely. Meditation is merely relaxing into emptiness, saying yes to that. That's all. It doesn't matter that thought or thinking arises, it comes and goes. That natural quietude simply happens. It's there in the background all the time. There's no separation in that background. It's all of this. It has no locality. It's not coming from a source. It has equanimity, equalness in all things. The simple things, utility, mind, faculty, is simply in service for human beings working well with one another. Everything else is quietude. The one that's threatened by emptiness is an illusion, a fraud. It's beyond even spatialness. It has no locality. It's not a physicality. It's not a spirit. It has no qualities at all. It can't be named. This is a totality beyond any knowing. That doesn't hide its beauty. The illusion is that a knower can know this. That's merely cerebral faculty. Even the senses are more expanded than that. Even the senses are more expanded than that, narrowing down by mind. The senses, including mind, is like a sponge, open, open. But that's just a body-mind locality. This and that are not separate. What looks to be an obstacle might merely be a thought. The organic movement toward wholeness is happening naturally all the time. It is wholeness. It can't be separate. Habits of the mind create resistance and obstinance. It arises like a gentle energetic. It's energetic. And it's more leaning toward yes. It doesn't know resistance. It's in no one's hands. But that clarity and emptiness, no matter how energetic and how busy, is always here. Even when emotion seems to arise, excessive thinking seems to arise, that emptiness is always here. No excess, no mistake can upturn that. It might slightly disturb a body and a mind, but that's all. Beautifully quiet. No self arbitrator, no self at all. Yeah.
Yes, Sunyata. Thank you for your response to my question. I will rewatch it on YouTube because I can't understand from first time. It's very strange. I understand maybe 95% of your words, but I can't understand sense complexly.
It's all right. That's all right. Thank you for making the efforts, Takir, for accepting my language as a way of getting to this. Because
Just wait for a second. The first part when Sunyata explains the dream is actually not recorded. We only started recording. It's actually on Facebook, not on YouTube. But we will download from Facebook and then upload on YouTube. Somehow it wasn't uploading to YouTube. So Sunyata, perhaps if you don't mind to explain again your understanding towards Tahir's question in relation to dream, that would be wonderful.
would you like to ask me the question again, Takir, or everyone else?
Yes, of course I can. If it is not hard for you to respond again. I asked if it's possible to contemplate deep sleep before illusionary self totally disappeared.
Before illusory self totally disappears. Well, the illusory self isn't here already. So what shows up in dream is organic, bioenergetic. It's part of the natural state too. Nothing can be separate. For what looks to be the preoccupations of confusion in the apparent self, requires, well, what naturally happens is contemplation happens where there's any type of duplexity, apparent duplexity, doesn't it? So in the field of mind, that's not really our concern. The more that you turn to the natural state, which is emptiness, just to be able to relax into that, because the illusory self, the condition of that bond or not, comes about through its having to perpetuate itself. It has to constantly perpetuate itself. This is an illusion. It doesn't have to. All the attributes stand naturally by themselves, without a self. Look at it. You know, people say the witness. Where is it separate from perception and mind? Even subtly, one can see the variant of perspective and the variant of what appears to be space, which is the same as perspective. And so one can nominate it like one's climbing up a ladder. When you're engrossed in sense gratification, you know, and it's all about, you know, the animal sense, you don't emerge out of that. But in the natural state, eating just is simply eating. Not too much, not too little. It just happens naturally. All these things for what stood to be desires now are just merely utility for keeping the body right. You know, what appears to be love and closeness toward other human beings is exactly where those parallels are. It's all put in perspective from the point of clarity, and the point of clarity is emptiness, not an accumulation of thought. Accumulation of thought can happen in contemplation, all perfectly good for language, perhaps. Right? But what's nominally important is the emptiness in the natural state, or how this organism appears to be. It's all meaningless and empty ultimately, but it's naturally doing itself. The more you look at it, it naturally does itself. Energy comes and goes, cycles show up, all these things for what looks to be a material world. So sleep occurs in that, in the same way as thought. And it mostly occurs like reflex. It's like reflex, but long-winded in time, all these things. Energetic, biochemical, look at it from whatever level you like, in clarity. Just look, watch it all. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated. Very, very simple. But not like making of the mind. It's not of the mind. Mind is within it. And it can be, being consumed by a small inconvenience, missing a bus or whatever, or where that emotion becomes the whole preoccupation, or it's just simply missing the bus. And sometimes there needs to be an insistence for what looks like, because in the world of people, you work with emotion, and people geared to emotion, we are too. That softens out. Sometimes you need to be able to communicate with strength. It's not all passive, but that all happens in emptiness. Utility happens in emptiness. That's very nice.
And just to go back to Tahir's question, there's a book called Dreaming the Self Awake. It explains the dream yoga, and that exercise will help you to develop the ability to watch the self falling asleep and then remain aware. Not everybody needs to do this. Not everybody's interest. If you feel like drawn to, so feel free to listen to this book. So this is
Can I
the
say
person
something else? Can I say something else on it too? For that, before you go to sleep, or what occurs to you as emptying out in totality, or what people call meditation. Being in that empty state and going to that empty state with consciousness and watching the body fall away. That you can watch the body get very, very heavy and heavy. And there's a point where you can be aware, where mind is empty of itself, but the body has gone to sleep. And the body sleeps. And there's awareness in it. But not to sort of make this a feat. This just happens. So, if you meditate in the last 5 minutes and then dreaming becomes more lucid perhaps, but not to make a thing of that. Not to make a thing of it. It's all just happening naturally. So dreams show up, it sorts something out. Perhaps you choose to talk to a friend about it or someone. You can do all these types of things as well. But it just naturally sorts things out.
So the key lies in keep your attention with your body. So the body scan, yoga nidra would be quite helpful as well. But sooner or later, the body perhaps would have fallen asleep before you could remain your awareness. And this just happens, as Sunyata uses this term quite often. To recognize this just happens, it's a breakthrough. So sit on with this. Everything simply just happens. So whether you are able to have that experience or not, it doesn't really matter.
Not in the experience. It becomes a byproduct to the emptiness. The irony is that, for what looks like great luminosity or great spaciousness or great clarity or great intelligence is nothing to emptiness. Obviously. It's free of all that. It's free of all of that. But the energy comes and is renewed, and there's a yes to life as well. It doesn't buy the obstacles that rise in mind. They're just considerations of contemplation or past conditioning or misapprehension of past experience. But anyway, at most subject for contemplation in meditation. The contrasting factor is always the emptiness, or perhaps you might prefer the word clarity. But it's not intellectual clarity, it's an emptying out of everything. Everything's checked against that in contemplation. And the practical side for what looks to be meditation is an emptying out or a relaxing into the emptiness of the natural state. And this is happening all the time, even in what appears to be action. It doesn't mean that we can't do the dishes more nicely or do basic things more nicely. Like wheels of energy, and even dreams are like wheels of energy. It's not necessary to sort it out through the rationality of the mind. You can, but it's not important. Look at it like it's not yours. It's not your dream. It's just a dream. It's all a dream. How are you, Anna Marie? Hello, hello. Quiet one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay. It's been a bit strange this last couple of weeks. All good.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Sometimes things get reset
Mm.
A lot of the stuff that drops away is unseen.
Mm.
You know, like things all of a sudden it occurs to you, go, hang on, something's missing. And you for a little instant you remember that bad song in the shower, but it's gone.
Yeah. Mm.
You know, but it seems to be incremental. You know, there's sometimes it's not reacting to thought. Thought arises. It's independent of that. That's like the food. Like it's just the elements of contemplation, and for where it can act, if acting, because that's chemical too.
Mm. It's all energy.
Yeah. But sometimes the energy can be held back when it's moving forward too. Sometimes it can grip it.
Heavy.
What was that, love?
And sometimes it can be heavy.
Right, yes. Yeah. Heavy energy can show up. Very true. But it's like that.
The heaviness feeling of the energy, it's the appearance. Now some call it is a gift to be able to sense the energy so intimately. And this body doesn't read energy that way. Maybe it's a blessing. When you can sense the energy so intimately, you actually have to manage that, right? At the end of the day, the body feels that. If you can feel the energy is heavy, your body responds to that with symptom.
Mm. Mm. Yes.
Now that, I mean, how is that happening to this body, not that body, or how does this occur to me like that, right? Now, if we look at this clearly, where does I sit in this? Now, the heaviness from therapeutic point of view, if you sense that from your environment, it's a mirror of yourself.
Wow. Mm. Mm.
Is there a way that we could find a way to see, sense that heaviness with infinite love, with unconditional love?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
In sessions, in our therapy, just give us another a minute. We have all sorts of spirit came through. Satan's one of it, and then all kind of evil dark spirits. The dark spirit will say, I am here to keep him in dark, to keep him cold. I'm here to take her energy. All sorts of things will come through. And as we guide individuals, people through the sessions, we simply offer light and love to them. They will disappear. They'll melt away. So love those energy, because those energy is a piece of the self, a part of the self, and only love will melt them, will absorb them.
Mm.
And all this is about unconditional love. Now, unconditional love, we have to be able to exercise that ourselves. Be that. Be a role model of that. Then everything else will fall into place.
Yes.
So what you're talking about is Bhava, conviction, um, um, and the thing about empty, with heavy energy, often it's associated with fatigue, well, and the only thing that seems to be adequate is unboundedness. Unboundedness, and I don't mean thrusting a little self outward. I mean just relaxing into what is, not of the world, not in the world, not necessary, not necessary. To have the freedom to be unbounded, but sometimes walking that unboundedness, maybe in quietude, maybe sharing, cooperating is always very, very good. Acts of love and kindness, acts of love and kindness, acts of balance, all part of the unboundedness of love. And not because a self needs to hold it up, but this holds it up. And of this, everyone is identical. It doesn't
Yes.
have, we can't reason out this world, not adequately. We can have fun trying, perhaps, or we can get stuck in the what is called the astral aspect of where there's sensitivities. The thing below the navel is like a connection of dreaming. It would have been good to say this to Kia, but it centers out of the solar plexus, and it comes from the early bonding for where we recognize love, with mother and then father, and the senses of smell and taste and feeling. The stomach comes first, you see. It's actually it's the old organ of loving to consume you. It's connected by a big tongue that used to drag along an ocean floor, Anna Marie. It's a brain in itself, and the body's made up of many, many brains. All the organs are all brains. They all come from a different evolution, if you like, and a different inclination. And as a meditator, we have to overcome the old set of emotion and reposition it in a different qualification in the body. So that when Ekomananda talks about body scanning, it's actually looking at the centers, like the energetic brain centers, energetic filters.
Yeah.
But not to limit it to the body. It's not in the body, it's in the periphery in the body, in the same way as the skin is a peripheral thing to the material world. Energetically, it's soul in similitude. And so it's that you sense in quietude with no words. All right. And the body scan is to consider that the things that emotion, association, story making, the story wheels go on throughout a life, that declare a life, animate a life, create the history of a life, create the longevity of a self. is an illusion. It's an illusion, but it's a hard one to give up. And well, there's nothing really to give up. It's just stop trying to make those wheels perpetuate themselves. Some of the wheels are good, they're beautiful. It's not, we're not throwing anything away.
Mm.
It's just, there's a season, what appears to be body and mind in a world. Not to take one small episode and say, there's my life, and then all the rest is just waiting for death. It's all unbounded equally there too. It's perspective. Certain feelings happen in the body that bring in the thoughts so quickly to make it mean that. And then the obsession with the wheel of mind, thought going over thought rather than looking at it from what appears to be the witness and looking at that thought and going, well, that one you haven't worked out for 50 years or 60 years or whatever. Who's the one who am I that sees this, Ramana? Who am I that see this? So, and then it nominates a position. Where? Exactly. Where? It can see it through the inclination of attributes. It can see it through conditioning. It can see it through being educated and informed and programmed.
Mm.
It can see all of that.
Mm.
All of that. It's thoroughly examined every stick and stone and bone and yes, right.
Maybe not take things so seriously.
Well, it's a chemistry. It's, like, because the thought comes up in the chemistry. Like you said, heavy energy is meeting a body sensibility.
Mm.
So then it goes back into meditation again. And, you've been here for a long time. So then allow all the quality of that to come through, because that's also a time investment as well. I shouldn't say such things, but it's true. Like, there's something there. If it allows it to be there, it shows up as being empty. And you go, well, what am I carrying on my back? What can I show for a self? There's no self to show.
Yeah.
You see, and then what look to be attributes just can be moved toward, if the opportunity is there in small ways to do it. That love to be, which once showed up as a self, is just simply a love to be, as an energy connection with something that was given as a gift, that somehow married up as a good chemistry, free of any dependence on others.
Mm.
That issues out of the self, really the stuff that happens in the most early childhood, if you like. There's something that's been written, and maybe from the 7 to 14 cycle, before it gets into all the peer complexity of trying to sort of map out itself in a world. And if it chooses to be in quiet and nothingness, then perfect. If it wants to move and give love, has energy, in other words,
Mm-hmm.
and it just simply does that. you know, and it just meets beloved. It might only be a few peering out the fabric back, but it's not out of neediness anyway, so it doesn't matter if anyone shows up or not.
Mm, mm, mm.
It might be enough just to walk down a road and share that quiet. You know, sometimes when the meditation really clicks in and it feels really sublime, walk it, walk it, walk it about, and see, you know, what might sort of, if something gets agitated, well, that's part of the meditation. Then it's okay, this is my constant. It's an emptiness, love, unbounded, free to do nothing, whatever, you know, however you like to call it. And, you know, walk it a bit.
Let's go back a little bit. You said perhaps don't take it too seriously.
Mm.
Do you mean that you were taking it too seriously?
Yes, sometimes I take things a little too seriously.
What is it?
Just well, I don't have an example, but interactions, perhaps, words spoken by others, or you know, just I'm beginning to learn about taking things less seriously, less, you know, unless it's something that's very serious to be spoken about, you know, but to just keep things more lighthearted, to you know.
When do you use that as seriousness?
Yeah, this is yeah, perhaps not the time to have this conversation.
No, yeah, that's right. I think sort of grace comes into this point too. You know, how you work with people. Sometimes, you know, like everything about can look totally absurd. You know, and so there's equanimity, there's grace. And a lot of Buddha sort of comes through and all this, and I quite like all this. And I think it's a really nice way of looking at it, you know, for how you find yourself in, you know, sometimes you do need to speak up and be strong, or good, or something might need to be said.
Yeah.
But, you know, because all these things pass.
Keeping love always.
They pass. They pass. And what looks like you know, perhaps you could run the story. It was a year of endurance or 2 years of endurance, you know, whatever, however something might sort of show up. You know, sometimes there's been situations in life where, you know, you're just sitting amongst drunkards. Oh, and you sit. And it's perfectly good if you can have that equanimity. And sometimes you have to walk out at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, please turn the music down. Pretty bad, but one just keeps their equanimity.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, or tries to. You might come over a little bit more strongly than that. But these things don't matter. It's just, you know, like that. It's not important. And all this passes.
Yeah.
You know, and the thoughts that arise for where it's looking at the livingness of this, because it also has a livingness. It's not static, like we're trying to work something out. It's just the natural state.
Yeah.
And just the natural state. And then anything that emanates from it, you know, is life. isn't it? So, it's pretty obvious what's old stuff and what's, fresh. You can tell when, old foods and good food. Like that's the only degree of morality needed. If it's not good, if it's not a sustaining force for whatever is being addressed to all that multiplicity of mind occurring as a body, what occurs in consciousness and all the running stories, where's the fresh lettuce? Like it's just a really fine line sometimes for being, sometimes even in, sometimes life shows up as dangerous.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yep. From like mundaneness to dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but still the thin line of the lettuce trail is there. There's also life, Anna-Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And one thing you can be grateful for is the profound meditation that has happened, because there's a clarity there that's seen. It's not hooked into anything. It's not needing to be hooked into anything to be A-okay. That one you walk because that's constant. It's not a formula.
Yeah.
The body has off days and on days. It can be turned by the weather. What can be blamed? There is no self to point at. Who's going to take the load? Who are you giving it to? And that's what happens when you say, who am I that sees this? Who are you putting that responsibility on to get that? It can't even really, most of the time, even really know what's in front of it. It senses it more as love, energy, or clearness. Some people might get just pure nothingness. We do when we walk down the street and we're disassociated. But I don't mean on that emotional level. I mean deeper, where it's still energetic. It doesn't reserve its energy for just a narrow pathway. The narrow pathway is only necessary for the body and mind. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
It looks to be that way.
Apparently.
Like it seems to be pretty fundamentally mundane and simple. But that can be beautiful too. It just depends on, how you're feeling on your feet. It's all perspective. It gets very, 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 it's really simple. It always has been. In honesty. The complexities is, because we stick our fingers in jam pots and like the taste of them even when they're poisonous.
Oh yeah.
Without being moral, it's about utility, really traveling lightly through all of this. But when there's fatigue, what appears to be sort of heavy energy, sometimes I think it's great for meditation. That's what seems to be showing up. So And, like, I'd recommend it. The cerebral faculty doesn't feel like it's even in the head. But not like a set of horses that needs to be tamed. It's just purely energetic. And thought arises in that, like hunger arises in a hungry stomach. Emotions are almost superfluous. Love is something completely different.
Yes.
But, it's a nice warm fire. When it arises, all good. Not necessary, perhaps, but certainly close to the natural state, easily called on. And the intellect, they call it the buddhi, the intellection, rather than the intellect. The intellect is not a holding. It's a lively, energetic faculty. And it's more leaning toward light, and it discerns out of light, not as an apparition, out of the actuality of a daily energetic life. It chooses toast because toast is the perfect choice. It will choose against toast because that's also the perfect choice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's all happening all on an energetic level, and it knows when it's going to do a little mishap and do it left and take on a little bit of heavy energy, or maybe a component of something which isn't really heavy energy, but just something we do to the body.
So it's everything, everywhere, all at once.
It is, yeah. But the discerning faculty is pinpointed sort of way down inside of everything, in its simplicity of moving this way, and the thought actually does become quiet. It is anyway, but we want to stuff it in because the self abhors nothingness, terrified of it, sees it as death. But it's part of it. The self deliberately separates itself within that skin of identity. And it's a tough one to get. But it's not that there's anything really wrong with that. It's that it thinks it needs to be maintained. And it's not thinking from there. It's all thinking. It's all thought for what appears as this. And that's also conjoined. Not just in these ways, but in subtle ways too. Yeah. Transcending the empath. Because that door's been opened, right? It's not to close the door, it's to open it more. Totally. There. And then emotion shifts.
Mm.
Mm.
The body's now calling me. The body's calling to do
All
things.
good. I think we've had a really good long session. Nice to see you anyway, though. Let's let it be. Catch up soon, hey?